The Chevy Bolt is back. That's right, the second generation Chevy Bolt is here, and this is it right here in Habanero Orange, which means you cannot miss it here at the 2026 Detroit Auto Show. Let me give you a tour of the exterior of the second generation EV right now.
Motronics.
All right, Habanero Orange is definitely the color, or a color, that pops, especially in a sea of bland colors. You can see just how much it pops here on the Bolt and how much it pops over there on the Silverado EV Trail Boss. So let's take a look at the design. Up front, continuing the highbrow treatment of the headlights. So the headlights are not these. Nope, these are the daytime running lights, the DRLs, otherwise known as the running lights. The actual headlights are these. They are also LED. So these are the headlights, these are the DRLs. DRLs, headlights. From there, this highbrow treatment, and this is the highbrow right here. This is what Chevy designers call the highbrow aesthetic. It continues and folds into this bar right here within the front end. I can't say grille because, as you can see, there is no grille over here. It's closed off, so it is just front fascia. Black Chevy bow tie, present and accounted for, along with a front-facing camera that displays obviously the front view, as well as helping in the 360-degree surround view image. I should also note this nice little graphic right here, this pattern within the front fascia. Below that is the actual grille. As is the case for other GM EVs, the 2027 Bolt is a mouth breather. And this being the RS model, it doesn't have any chrome, with the sole exception of something on the front end. Maybe you can see it while I'm telling you about the design here. I'll tell you all about where that single bit of chrome is in just a second. So the shiny black, or otherwise known as piano black, finish right here. And you have this nice shape over here within the actual headlamp cluster. Below that, you have these blockout pieces here. These do not actually have an inlet. So this is not the front air curtain intake, as is the case on other GM or Chevy vehicles. This one is blocked off, so nothing going on here. And at the very bottom of the front fascia, you have the body color front lip, and then you have another secondary intake right there toward the bottom. The hood in and of itself is relatively smooth, and nothing really going on here as far as styling is concerned or surface development, with the exception of a couple of lines. The first one is this center spine that runs, it's a little difficult to see in the lighting here, but it's there, right here. It runs the center of the hood through the front fascia and culminates at the camera here all the way down toward the front end. There is a secondary character line right here. Again, difficult to see with the lighting conditions, but it is there. And then there's this one here. This one is obviously more prominent, and that's the hood. Let's take a look at the headlight here. So at the tail end here, you have the Bolt script. There it is. Again, no EV or EUV here, just Bolt. And the overall shape is similar, if not identical, to the first generation Bolt EUV. In fact, this entire vehicle is based around the Bolt EUV body and wheelbase, track, so on and so forth. What has been updated is the motor. This now uses a different motor, and as a result of that, the range has slightly improved. Okay, so given that this is an RS, as you can see, there is no chrome on the body. And like I said, there is one exception. That exception, I'll tell you all about it right now. It's right here in the Chevy logo. The outline of the bow tie is chrome. Nothing else is chrome on the Bolt RS. As we make our way over to the side, we'll see that we have a set of black wheels. These are 17-inch wheels wrapped around some really shiny tires These, I believe, are Michelin. Yes, they're Michelin Primacy tires. And what's interesting here is that right ahead of the wheels, you do have an opening for where the front air curtain intake would expel the air. But now I'm curious as to how this air gets in here, because there is nothing here at the edges of the Bolt to let the air in. All right, piano black mirrors, or mirror caps rather. They do have this lens, this camera lens on the bottom. This is to power the surround view. Piano black roof rails, present and accounted for. Piano black pillar covers, present and accounted for, along with the C-pillar sectionals right here. You also have the piano black DLO trim, the daylight opening trim, running all the way through here. And then up top, you have black, not piano, simply black trim. Then we have the fin, also piano black. Out back, we have really a nicely raked rear window. Take a look at how rapidly this rear window rakes. So it's not very upright. It does have a nice rake to it. And there is this massive spoiler, but you don't see much of it because only this much hangs over the rear window. Of course, that spoiler starts over here. And take a look at how the designers treated it just with the shape overall. You have this treatment here, which I really like. So you have this area, then it dips down. You have the Chimsel, the center high mounted stop lamp right there, integrated very cleverly into the spoiler itself, and then it does the opposite of what it did over here. Really a nice design to the spoiler. This is one of the best looking integrated spoilers that I've seen on a hatchback in quite a while. You also see, if you look really closely, you'll see the rear camera mirror lens as well as the washer for it. That little guy right there is the washer. This one does have a wiper, so there is a rear wiper here. And then that brings us to the tail lamps. The tail lamps, of course, wrap around to the sides for better visibility. And this is something that the Bolt EUV got really wrong, the tail lamps. When I say got really wrong, it's because the running lamps were where the tail lamps are on this Bolt, whereas the actual tail lamps in the Bolt EUV were down where these reflectors are. Well, luckily the 2027 Bolt EV cleans all of that up by integrating the tail lamps and the running lamps into this housing right here. And I think this is really a set of nicely looking tail lamps overall. I really do like this shape as well, the dual graphic element within the housing also, and then the fact that it doesn't just stop here, that Chevy actually took their time and spent some money on making it go inside of the hatch itself, thereby providing a much better aesthetic to this rear end. Between the tail lamp enclosures, you do have this black bar, just like at the front end, and it houses a black Chevy bow tie, again with the chrome outline. From there, you have the license plate holder, of course, over here, the license plate area. Black Bolt badging down here. Black and red badging RS right there. And the entire hatch, that's where it ends. So you have the cut line there, the hatch is here. You go and open it by sticking your finger there, pulling up, and that reveals the trunk. You have a handhold here in case you want to shut it. There it is. Bam. All right, and then down below you have some fascia here, body color and non-body color with that texture that we saw at the front. It repeats here as well. There is also a set of reflectors down here. These are mandated. And then below all that, you have the reverse lamp. I should also mention this lens right here. This lens powers the rear view camera, whereas this one powers the rear camera mirror, which is integrated within the rear view mirror. So this one powers what you see in the center screen when you are putting the vehicle into reverse. This one provides the image for the rear camera mirror, whether you're in reverse or not. And the charge door right here. Now, you see how that's covered up? That's because this will get the new NACS charger, not what you see here, which I have to really wonder what's behind that tape. Nevertheless, this will get the NACS charger when it begins to be delivered. Up here you have a sunroof. As you can see, it is an expansive sunroof. If I can show it to you from the inside, quite a bit of glass overhead, and it does slide and open to the outside. So as you can see, it's in the open position now, and it does come up and out, and it does come to about, I don't know, not exactly overhead of the rear passengers. I think it actually stops quite a bit before. Let me show you. There it is. So it does stop right there, and the rear passenger sits there. So it is an oversized moonroof, but it's not, like a big dual pane one. It's like a moonroof and a half, if you will, from a sizing standpoint. And I guess I lied a bit, because there is another chrome element, chrome bit on this car, which is this button right here. Of course, the hands-free door lock and unlock control, that is chrome. So they didn't black this out. Small little detail. I don't know how important it is, but it is there, and it's not black. It is chrome. Overall, the 2027 Chevy Bolt appears to be a massive improvement over the outgoing Chevy Bolt EUV, and I really can't wait to get my hands on it and drive it. And I should also note that it does deliver a little bit more in terms of driving range than the outgoing or last generation Chevy Bolt EUV. For GMAuthority.com and the Metrolix Network, I am Alex Luft. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Motrolix.